Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Toxic Happy Hour. Today we are super toxic, we are super happy, and Bitcoin is quality life. Today in the Publord.hodl, what are you drinking, my friend?
Oh, keeping it local today. There's a little bit of a lager called Peha. Let me see if I can turn it the right way. So yeah,
Nice.
not complaining. And
nice.
Yeah.
What kind of taste have we got going on there? What is that like?
Oh, just
Peha.
Yeah. If I can compare it to an American beer, maybe like a Yingling. For those on the East Coast, especially Pennsylvania, they would know that. Just a standard lager, nothing major. So can't complain though.
Straight from the beer finaccio or whatever it's
right.
called. Cool. All right. So we're unscripted. We're unprepared. We kind of had no clue that we were going online today. Yesterday, Pablo told me that he's not available until Thursday. Here we are. It's Wednesday. And then he is back in his hotel room and all of a sudden has time. I thought I was actually going to get some work done. It's now 1 p.m. and I was thinking, slowly, bit by bit, start actually producing a little bit of value in the fiat economy. But Publord hit me up, and here we are, of course. And we do have something we want to share. Let me see. By the way, I have to. I have to lock on in the chat. What is that? Creating an account.
What chat is that?
Wrong password. It's Restream is normally showing the YouTube chat. For some reason, all of a sudden, ain't working. I'll try and fix that as we're going along. We got four major announcements tomorrow at. Let me just get the calendar out and make sure I get the time right.
That's the easy one, dude.
Tomorrow, Pacific Standard Time. This is the first out of four guest announcements. Calendar is loading. Internet is a little bit slow. All right, so noon Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. We have American Hodl ready to get toxic. And then we have the following day on Friday, we've got a toxic happy hour with CK Snarks from Bitcoin Magazine. That's going to be fun as well. And on Tuesday next week, the 3rd of November, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have BTC Sessions, the huge Bitcoin YouTuber from Toronto, Canada, making lots of great content. For people doing lots of explainer videos and privacy explainer issues, covering news. He's doing, I think, pretty much a daily show and lots of great content there. Here we're just being happy and having a toxic happy hour. But those were three. The fourth one is, really proof of this guy's his long-term thinking, right? So we have a person with extreme long-term thinking, a very low time preference, and we've got no other than Breedlove on the Toxic Happy Hour, the 8th of January. 8th of January, 2021 at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There's something for you to put in the calendar. So that's 4 awesome Toxic Happy Hours coming up. Toxic Happy Hour is bringing it. we've got American Hodl, CK Snarks, BTC Sessions, and Breedlove in that order. On that note, how do you feel about that, Pablo? Is this you looking forward?
Oh, geez, are you kidding? What a lineup! What a lineup of guests, and of course, there's others we're discussing with on the side, just trying to find the right time. And it's the best thing I love about the community. The people, when I started, I came in at the height of all this, and these are the people I followed. I read all their articles, everything that happened, and to think one day they would take a chance to just come on, have a beer or drink with us. That's a great thing. Look at Breedlove, for example. The guy doesn't even drink. Hey, he's coming on our happy hour show. But
Yeah.
what is fantastic is everyone pays it forward in Bitcoin, man. Everything is so supportive. Everything is, you know what? I don't care who you are. If you're offering something to the community to make people talk about Bitcoin, think about Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, guess what, dude? They show up, no questions asked. So I've been blown away by that entire ethos. It's been brilliant.
Absolutely. It's really this total commitment from Bitcoiners in the community to be willing to help others and to share their opinions. It's really great to see. It is. I'm still trying to log into the chat here in a restream, which again, I got a wrong password. I'm sorry to bore you guys. The funny thing is, Publord, so yesterday I was thinking, you know what? One of the strengths of our Toxic Happy Hour is the chat. It's all the people hanging out with us online. I'm shocked to see how many people are hanging out with us. And we have a great chat. And I was going to highlight that today, but I managed to jinx it because I cannot log into the chat for some reason. And I really have no idea why. Trying again here. And let's see. That's it. Success.
Good to go.
Or is it? I can't see anything in the chat. I'm sorry to waste you guys' time.
Yeah.
But what I also wanted to say, that so yesterday, if you recall, Publord, I said we're gonna jinx that run at last year's high of 13,880.
Yeah.
I told everyone on the yesterday's show, there's a link to it right below here, that we were gonna jinx 13,880, so everyone could get a chance to get some more cheap sats. We managed to do that.
Yeah.
We pulled it off. We jinxed that baby. Now people have been picking up sats at around 13,100, 13,200. So, you can thank us either later or you can thank us right now. Either is good. Either is absolutely good. It is so annoying that I cannot get into the chat. Maybe I can get it, pull it off YouTube somehow. Anyways, that also means that I'm unable to throw great chats on the screen. So there we go. This is what happens when you're totally unscripted, totally unprepared, and just here to really have a good time, talk Bitcoin, and enjoy. Today I'm enjoying. It's not Starbucks I'm drinking. It's a Starbucks cup that I do love. I'm having, again, the French vanilla from Trader Joe's. It's great. And this is the end of my second bucket, or actually my double bucket that I made this morning. So, I was getting awake to start doing some work, but here comes Publord.
Yeah. So, check this out. Yeah, we have a bit of a retracement or a pullback from almost, 13,800 to what, 13,000. It's about 200 right now. And, it never fails to make me laugh. People, oh my God, it's over. It's like, my God, we were just at $5,000, 4,000 so long ago, and here we are again. People complaining we're only at 13,200. Bitcoin. I always love this one, man. Like I always say, Bitcoin always crashes to a new all-time high or local high. So let's see. I mean, the floor is being established. One of the things I saw today. Did you see Michael Saylor released his own personal total of Bitcoin he's holding?
Yeah, I saw that. Let's get that out there. How much did GigaChat buy privately, apart from the $425 million worth he bought in his company?
Yeah, so privately he only bought 17,732 Bitcoin. That's all.
That's all. That's it.
But I will tell you this: I will always be better than Michael Saylor in one respect. He dollar cost average at $9,882. I'm well below that, my friend. Well below that. Even something
You
all time.
are. You
Yeah,
chose
man.
to educate yourself. You chose to educate yourself. So here's my explanation.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are saying that technical analysis is, it's not working. It's not true. I don't think so. I absolutely think that there's something to technical analysis, and I do want to explain that. I don't use technical analysis for myself pretty much because I believe that what is way more predictable and way easier to make money on, well, yeah, that is the medium term. That's that 4-year cycle, and it's the long term.
Yeah.
So medium term above 200,000 Q1 2022. Long term, end of this decade, really 20 million worth of buying power for one Bitcoin. But the short term, let me explain you how I look at the technical analysis. So a lot of the TAs basically are explaining that 13,880, because it was a top last summer, is a level of resistance that we need to break through. So here's my analysis of how that works. The reason it's something of a resistance, is a barrier, is a little bit of a cell wall that we need to crack through, is that there are people last year that bought that top, and they hate themselves for having bought that top. For more than a year, they've been in pain, they've been in red, they've been down, they've had a loss on their position, and they are relieved now. They were hoping that one day it would happen, that they would be break even. And their focus and their mindset is, they are feeling that pain of being down. They're feeling the pain of being at 3,850 in March, why they purchased it at 13,880. So a lot of those are willing to say, you know what, finally I'm break even. I'm going to sell to make sure I close this. They don't realize that there's another 15x from here until the top in around maybe Q1 2022, as I say. They're just happy to be break even. Not everyone does the homework, the research, the self-education like you did, Publord, when you bought the high in December 2017. So there will be, that's a resistance we need to break through by simply helping these people. And that's ironically, of course, sarcastically, getting rid of their now finally broke even positions. Once they have sold, once the people that felt pain for more than a year are gone, it's open air pretty much till 20,000. And once we cross 20,000, we're off to the races, where the up movements in price will be and can be at times pretty strong, powerful, because there's no more resistance. But they also come with strong corrections, and people got to be ready for that. People got to be ready for 30% corrections. There was 5-6 of those last bull run, from having 2016 till December 17. So ask yourself, when those 30% corrections come, do you want to sell cheap? Do you want to have a stop loss because you're leveraged, or even without leverage, you want to sell cheap? Then my message to you is, please understand that if you want to make money, you need to buy cheap, not sell cheap. Buy cheap and sell more expensive. Now, one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. We're counting here in Bitcoin. However, if you can sell a bull run top and buy back double on the bottom, that's more SaaS. That's what it's all about.
Oh yeah, can't deny any of that. I'm looking right now. When you had this next run up, when you have something that now hits 20,000, okay. So here's the tricky point. Like you say, it's just open air after 14,000, open air to 20. what company now that looks at Michael Saylor, looks at MicroStrategy, and now sees that they have doubled their money? I mean, yeah, they're only up how many millions of dollars already? How do they not go all in at that point? Because you think it's open air to 20,000, man. I think it's open air to 100,000, no problem. Because now these companies, everyone, we talked about this the other day. CFOs, you know what they're looking at? Wait, this guy just dollar cost averaged in his company at 11,100. Guess what's going to happen, dude? They double. They say, why are we in cash? Why are we in anything? And I'll find a tweet again today, but basically, MicroStrategy has made more money of buying Bitcoin, 3 times much money than what they've earned in the last 3 years. That's ridiculous.
Right.
I mean,
I hear you.
it literally can turn into a company that says, you know what, boys, shut down production. We don't need to create anything anymore. Hey, just show up to work every day, and I'll pay you because our Bitcoin's kicking ass. This is a company. Hey, come on in here and we'll watch TV and drink a few beers together. I'll pay you.
Right. I just want to say a final thing on the chat. As I've said here live, I can't get the chat to work on Restream, so we can't interact. We can't throw it up on the screen, unfortunately. But Mervyn B has stepped up, saying he is the captain of the chat now, and you're absolutely right. We will not be there to moderate anything. You guys on your own. There's going to be a pirate session in there in the chat. And this is the one day I wanted to say that really, we have the best chat, the best people hanging out in the chat, interacting with the show and with us. And of course, I jinxed that, like I jinxed the price yesterday, or we did. So what can I say? I got to stop jinxing, maybe.
More time for stacking, my friend. More time for stacking, because it's going to go soon. There's nothing left to sell. It's going to go soon.
That's right. So what else is going on in the world of Bitcoin? We've got Giga Chat, Michael Saylor announcing his minor purchase of 17,000 Bitcoin. I mean, imagine that guy came in 2010. He'd be like, "Oh, I bought 7 million Bitcoin."
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. What can you say?
What else is going on?
No,
what else is going on?
No, I mean, he's come in. He's leading the industry now. He's how is he not on Joe Rogan? How is he not on some of these shows? I mean, when you see returns like this, or you know, CNBC. I mean, who takes a company and makes more money buying Bitcoin? You see what I mean? That you're making more buying. You just bought more buying Bitcoin than you can produce as a company. How's that not a bigger story? How's that not a bigger story? I don't know.
Right. Totally. It's big. He's big. What can we say?
Yeah.
It really bothers me. I can't see the chat here and can't throw it on the screen. But
I keep
it
working.
is what it is. No, I can't for some reason. I don't know. I don't even know if I can fix this while I'm offline, because imagine.
Well,
doesn't matter.
We'll freestyle, man. We're going to talk about that beautiful yacht you want to buy. What's it called again? The one with the solar.
Silent yacht? No, I mean, that's just a dream. You know, it got to be realistic. That's it. I got to be realistic, man. I will have one of those, you know, small, like fiberglass boats where you can, you know, move it forward like this. You know, just stay in the small seas, make sure nothing happens. That's where I'll be going at $200,000 Bitcoin.
Oh,
I get one of those dinghies, I think they're called, right? Dinghies.
Yeah, the dinghies.
Yeah.
No, man.
And
and
what you gotta do as you're holding through, or as we're having this, we're working out the correction or the resistance of 13,880 from last summer. It's not. You just gotta hodl on, baby.
Hey, man. So there's only seven letters you need: hodl HODL and DCA, dollar cost
That's
average.
right.
Well,
That's right.
that's a brilliant license plate if you really want to get one. Because
Yeah.
as long as you hodl in DCA, you're in it to win it.
In it to win it. And yeah, buy more Bitcoin, DCA, get it. So I just want to talk a little bit about, once again, my confession that I was trying to be conservative and saying an all-time high will be hit March, April next year. I'm not that bearish anymore. I'm honestly coming to the belief that, we are right now working on the last resistance on this 13,900 approximately.
Yeah.
And once that we're through that, there is no major resistance until 20,000. And if you look back in history, that's just a 50% growth. 50% doesn't take that can happen in a matter of weeks in Bitcoin. We could hit that 20,000 by the end of the November. Although I would say December, I'd be more than happy to see it by the time of New Year's. That's still pretty bullish, but yeah, all I can say is, I'm starting to understand how the Bitcoiners that got into Bitcoin before Mt. Gox, how they were feeling late 2016. How come they weren't telling us that this thing was going to 20,000? Why didn't they tell us?
Well, look, it seems like a pipe dream, doesn't it? 20,000 for what? I don't get it. I don't understand, and no one really should. I'm just looking right now. You're right. This is the last part of the resistance, and we've been here for almost half a year at 9,000, 10,000, hanging out, and there's been the buy walls, the sell walls, everything's going up. But guess what? It's been breaking down every time. Every wall has been broken down. So it's interesting to see. Yeah, it pumped up there to 13.7, 13.8, whatever you want to call it. We dropped that back down. But is anyone complaining that was? I think Bitcoin's up 27% for the month. Who's complaining? When the walls walls are being knocked down, man.
So Brady Swinson, aka Citizen Bitcoin, he put out a tweet this morning that, so Bitcoin now crashed, so it's no longer up 30% on the month; it's only up 24%. And that's the perspective you gotta have. You gotta always try and zoom out a little bit and understand that nothing goes up in a straight line. This is still an amazing return on the month, on the year. And always look at the 4-year period, the 4-year cycle. Never look at a price of Bitcoin and compare it with something that is not at least 4 years away. I may be failing at that sometimes, but I'm fully aware that it's there. And once again, I just want to say that at the very bottom of the bear market, I believe it was December 16th, the 16th of December 2018, when Bitcoin was at $3,120, it was still up 853% on the 4-year period from 4 years earlier. And that being said, I need to get this chat fixed for when American comes on the Toxic Happy Hour tomorrow, and we're going to break the internet at 12 Pacific Standard Time, noon.
No, obviously,
you gotta have this chat ready, man.
Yeah, it's like we always do, man. Last second thing. I call you up, or you call me up. Hey, are you free? I say, yeah, fuck it, let's go. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there we go. Just ruined it for eToro. Yeah, fuck it. Here, let's go and have a conversation. Because sometimes you just want to talk. That's all.
Right.
So yeah, so here we are.
This is our the Bitcoin conversations we've had for 1.5 years that we decided to put online because we know other people also have some similar thoughts about Bitcoin, and we like to share our perspectives and learn from each other, and that's what we're trying to facilitate here. We're doing it in the happy spirit, in the toxic spirit. We are toxic towards scams. We do not like projects that call themselves alternative coins, which at the end of the day are just out to get you a Bitcoin, and they can sell their 70% pre-mined coin, meaning that they allocated 70% or plus minus of the whole cryptocurrency circulation to themselves, so they can unload on you and get rich. That's not. It's not money. It is Ponzi tokens. All coins are Ponzi tokens, and that's it's just the way it is. There's Bitcoin only, last coin standing. That's what it is. It's Gresham's law. One money will win out. But in my opinion, these other currencies will be here until Bitcoin finally reaches, 95% of global current monetary value. And as it edges towards the 100%, we'll squeeze out all the dirt. And when I say dirt, I include other cryptocurrencies. And of course, I include also dirty fiat, because that is also just a currency. It is a dirt coin, and it will lose because there can be only one money. And don't forget, currency is not money. Money can store value. Look it up in the dictionary. Currency is just a medium of exchange. It is inferior, and don't hold more value in currency that you're willing to consciously give away to the central banks when you know they're diluting the monetary supply so fast as they are right now. We're doing quantitative easing on steroids, and hyper dilution of fiat currency value is the phase before hyperinflation. This is the phase before hyperinflation. We're already seeing inflation in asset prices when measured in fiat. But if you look at the Dow Jones and other stock indices measured in gold, if you look at real estate prices measured in gold, which we have to admit is the number one sound money that we have right now in terms of market cap, then those assets are down. They're up in fiat because it is being printed to oblivion.
Yeah, no debate there. One of my favorite charts is the value of gold versus Bitcoin since Bitcoin's inception, which looks like a ski slope heading down at a fast rate. Where we are now is interesting because even gold, gold is up to even 1,800, 1,900 an ounce. You're starting to see people getting scared of fiat. They're finally getting it. And gold, of course, as a Bitcoiner, gold to us is nothing. However, to people that are in cash trying to escape, the first place they're going to go is into gold. They don't get Bitcoin yet. So when you see the price of gold rise, you know why? Because that's the first thing. That's all they ever understood was, oh my God, fiat's crashing. Let's put our money into gold. So when you see gold rising, take it as a signal that people are waking up to the fact that fiat is dying.
Absolutely. Publord, also, I have a question because I've got another window open of the actual live stream from YouTube so I can see the chat. Unfortunately, it's not here. I can't bring them on the screen. It bothers me. I want that fixed. But I have a question for you, Publord, from Mervyn B, who is saying, Anders, can you ask Guy how he knew MicroStrategy would announce they will be buying more? That was an awesome call. Andre is saying, and drink beer. I'll follow up on that. Give me 5 minutes. But Publord, how did you know that? How could you make such a superior call? How could you foresee the future right here on the Toxic Happy Hour, where we're bringing the best chat in the space and the most relaxed, unscripted, unprepared Bitcoin podcast?
Easy, man.
Whatever.
Easy. Again, like I say, we may talk as we get ready to go on the air about one or two items in the news, but none of this is scripted. I'll tell you why, and this is the only reason why. Because Michael Saylor is a fucking baller. He's a Chad, and I knew anytime he's gonna. That dude is there to buy all the Bitcoin in the world. I believe this. His sole goal in life right now is to own all the Bitcoin in the world. So we're having a good time. I'm thinking like, look, if they're having a thing, I have a man. I got to find it. I have a meme about it. I did. Oh, actually, I did it, and I'm going to share it again. It was
Please do.
no. So it was a scene from Forrest Gump running. Okay, he was just running across the country, and then and he had all these people behind him, and so I changed it to he stops running finally, and I put in the meme. I'll send it out.
Will you do that right now? I'll bring it. I'll be able to bring it up on the screen.
Oh fuck! Yeah, let me try. But basically, it was like all the people behind him were like, "Wait, he's going to say something," and I turned Forrest Gump into Michael Saylor, saying, he turns around and says, "Oh wait, we found more money on the balance sheet. We're going to buy more Bitcoin." Honestly, I put that on. The guy's a ball. Look, he's all in. What does he care? He's got personally 17,000 Bitcoin. He could give two shits in the world. I mean,
he's got it.
Let me. You want me to do this now, or can I do it right after the show?
I am on your Twitter feed right now. I love this one. You know what? I'm gonna just share the tweet.
I'm gonna share
you did the other day.
Which one's that? Go ahead.
You'll see. It'll be right here on the screen. There we go. This is from Publord's meme stream. The meme stream on Publord's Twitter feed. So this is Michael Saylor. Explain, Publord.
You think he knows what a Satoshi is? That dude buys in like blocks of 1,000 Bitcoin. You think he knows? He's like, well, I know he knows intellectually, but his bank account doesn't know that. He buys it all, baby.
That's right.
He buys it straight away.
So there's all this talk that the rest of us are doing about you gotta stack sats.
Yeah, of course.
DCA get some sats. And Michael Saylor at the cocktail party is like, oh, you stack sats? What the F are those?
Yeah.
I love it.
Well,
things into perspective right there.
Well, and honestly, man, look, he's got the money to do it, but even better, he's got the balls to do it. It's not like he could easily have just done 1%. 1%, he'd be way ahead of that dude is all in at all costs. And hey, I know you, my friend. You've got the same type of personality that you're all in on everything you do. 100%.
I am. I have to admit, I'm an all-in kind of guy. It's and I am learning that there's a value of balance in things, but my personality, no one's perfect, and my personality is like for instance, the first two cars I had. First, I had a car that was so poor that I got it for free because it was pretty much, it was not falling apart, but windscreen was completely broken. It was an old Nissan Micra, actually fun driving car, with the rust below the windscreen, which is why it was broken. So I threw a little money in fixing that up. This was during the .com bull run. And then as we were getting near the top of that, I exchanged that and got myself a beautiful 13 years old, but beautiful, well-kept, well-maintained BMW 7 Series, which was a lot of fun to ride in your mid-20s. So it was easy. I went from, nothing to all in. And then as the .com bubble crashed, once again, I went back to not even having a car. I had my bicycle and I rode to work. So you're right. It's all in. It's either or for me. And with Bitcoin, it's the same thing. And you guys know that I'm bullish. I'm not bearish. So I really come to the conclusion that, I probably said it before, but Bitcoin is probably the most conservative, careful, safe investment anyone can do right now.
Well, I was going to say that's a great point, because look, obviously he's getting fantastic returns, already up 20%, almost 30%. But Michael Saylor he's in for the long haul. He's in for 100 years. He's in his company. For him, he's fine anyway financially. But the fact is, he's looking at this as a 100-year hedge. He's looking at the dollar in 100 years. He's looking at bonds in 100 years. And you know what those are? They're absolute crap. They're worthless. He can see already down the road 100 years. So he had the money that it didn't matter for him. He's got money on the side. He'd be fine. But he still had the foresight. He's like, you know what? This is a math game at this point. Like you talk about Bitcoin going to infinity. In 100 years to him is nothing. He's already got money for his own life. But he goes, what the hell? Why not? I'll go in here. And what I love the most about it is he's already reaping the rewards. Someone like me, or look, we started at the top. We're still here. We're coming back. But he came in at the perfect time himself with the money. Although I am dollar cost averaging lower than him, just want him to know if he's watching. But at the end of the day, that's the brilliant part of it. Our time preference has turned so quick. It's amazing. Some people will, they'll put all their money into their 401k and don't think about it for 40 years. 40 years. They'll buy a Bitcoin, and my God, if they're not a millionaire in 3 days, it's worthless, right? So
Absolutely.
he's bringing some good perspective to this. Companies are going to see this. The companies, well, they should be seeing this. A company like Apple, Amazon, all these companies should say, listen, what's on our balance sheet for they could at least say at least the next 50 years. Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to make a call on that.
Yeah.
If Apple does not hold any Bitcoin on their balance sheet by the end of next year, by the end of 2021, they will be sued for lack of what's it called? Not due diligence, is something else. Corporate responsibility. What's the word? There's a word.
Yeah, or maybe like
I'm just an immigrant here, struggling with the language. Help me out.
It's okay. I think maybe fiduciary.
Fiduciary duty. Fancy word. I love it. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Their fiduciary duty. They will be sued if they don't hold Bitcoin to preserve cash value by the end of next year. I don't think it'll be that long. To be honest. So
there's many companies like that. What do you think? How many companies are out there that could be sued now?
Well, pretty much. You can make a list of NASDAQ and Dow, and then you can rule over MicroStrategy, and then the rest can be sued, right? I mean, it's pretty much the bunch of them, and this is how it usually go. The smart new young kids on the blocks. Michael Saylor, he just shows the value of experience and knowledge and wisdom. But this is what you usually see from young companies, pushing to the incumbents and eating market share, doing the right thing. But Tesla and the rest of the car industry, GigaChat Sailors doing it on the balance sheet. So I just want to give you credit, Publord, for all the memes you're pumping out. I recommend everyone to follow Publord. You got his link to his Twitter right below, and I would like to bring up another recent fun meme that you wrote. This is really playing along the now famous meme of "Have fun staying poor," which is just hilarious. Let's bring it up. So this is the other day from Publord. You sold your Bitcoin at 12,000. Have
Yeah.
fun being poor. I just love that meme.
Yeah. Well, hey, and guess what? That was written at $12,000 Bitcoin. Where's it going to go? There's nowhere else to go but up. So yeah.
She just a few days ago, and I just love like that smirk on Leonardo DiCaprio's face in the movie Django Unchained. That smirk
Yeah.
just shows, it's just awesome. Goes with that message. Have fun being poor. Love it. So you said you would retweet a tweet that you wanted me to share.
Yeah.
Now where is it at?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to find it while I'm talking to you. So yeah, when you see me looking down, it's because I'm trying to find this tweet. Hang on. God damn. Here.
All right. So
Yeah. Oh,
while you're doing
so
that,
yeah. So you can handle the show. I know you're good at that, like I did last
yeah.
night.
I mean, you know
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Hey,
I can talk. I
oh,
will
hey,
try and make sense of
hey,
what I'm saying.
hey, plug your eToro stuff, man. Plug that stuff. That's good.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'll do that. I mean, I think most people now know that I'm trading this Bitcoin halving cycle, which I think is obvious on eToro, where I've taken a little bit of the Bitcoin that I have, basically bought some new actually there on eToro, which I'm right now just sitting on until what I expect to be the top above $200,000 Q1 2022. Plan is to sell it there as close to the top as I possibly can. I see this as a great, challenge of beating the market. It's not recommended. You don't have to do it. Just buy and hold Bitcoin, and you'll be in a extremely well positioned, a good position 7 years from now. But I like this, and so the great thing is, let me bring it up. So let me just create a new screen share, bring up the eToro account. So let me just see if I can get it on the screen. What have we got there? So what I'm doing is I'm making a point to the eToro US where I'm proving that Bitcoin, like just 100% straight Bitcoin position, is outperforming these so-called cryptocurrency portfolios with a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So let me just show you here. So if you look at the most copied, popular, popular investors on eToro US, you'll see that the most copied is, we've got a guy here with a 61% performance. He's got a little bit of everything there: Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin. He's got 763 people having allocated money to what he's doing. It doesn't cost any money to copy anyone. eToro are the ones paying the bill and giving us an incentive. My 100% Bitcoin portfolio is up 77% over the last 12 months. So it's 12 months trailing. And then we've got two others here, but as you can see, so he's actually been flat at this, around 760, 770 copiers now since early October, where my performance, thanks to Bitcoin's performance, has been blasting away. So I am really growing the amount of copiers, up 19.8% on, I believe, a 7-day basis, 587 now. Just take a quick look here. Is it on? Let me just check. Is it on the screen? Yeah. So right now, as of this moment, 587 people have allocated a total of $627,000 to this trade of the halving cycle. And it's it's serving a purpose of there's a lot of people coming into that are new, that are very early in their journey of on the way from being a no coiner to finally taking self-possession of their Bitcoin. A lot of these people coming into eToro and they're telling me that they don't like, they're new to it. They don't really necessarily know what to do. I am helping them by showing that 100% focused Bitcoin portfolio is kicking behind, to say it nicely. And I'm helping them make the right choice, because by copying me, they're getting 100% allocation to Bitcoin, and then we're making money together.
Yeah. So
and so that's the plug. Thanks for bringing it up. There's also a link to that below. There's two links. There's one link to my public performance. The stats are shared publicly. Also, there's a link to $50 worth of free Bitcoin, essentially, if you open an account there. It's all down there.
No,
yeah, back to you, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking up. I'll have to find it later, man. I got how many thousands of gifs and memes and everything on my phone I want to share. We'll get that out. Yeah. So they follow you, and it is pretty interesting, because you're on a platform where you can actually mimic Bitcoin with all your trades. I think that's very interesting. How does that work?
Come again, because I was just reading the chat, and I have a question for you. What kind of beer do you stack? Let's take that first. We've got Anjo, who's actually a copy of mine on eToro, who found his way, or her way. I think it's a he. Right, Anjo? I believe you told me about convincing the wifey, the local CFO of the household, to buy more Bitcoin. He's asking, what kind of beer do you stack, Publord?
Oh, do I at home or on the road?
No, what beer? I'm pretty sure that means what kind of beer are you having right now?
Oh yeah, it's a local one here, called toThe. It's just a. Oh, hang on. There you go. Yep, that's a local lager.
If you give me 10 seconds where you explain how the toThe tastes, why you like it, I'll be right back and join you. And then afterwards, please ask me the question you asked before while I was focusing on the chat. Give me 2 seconds.
You got it. No, with the toThe here, it's I'm in the Balkans right now, and it's pretty much like just a standard lager more than anything else. Is personally, I always prefer an IPA, or a dark beer, from a porter to a Guinness. But this one's just a smooth local beer they have. So when I travel, I love to try the local beer, local food, local everything.
Yeah, why not? Local everything. Okay, all right, I got it. I got you.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, one in Rome, my friend. Yeah, I know, one in Rome. One Rome. So that's the answer there.
I just want to, you describing your beer. I just want to say cheers to you, Publord. I want to say cheers to everyone in the chat participating. I hope you got your coffee out there. I hope you got your water, your beer, your shots, your champagne, whatever floats your boat. And Publord, I want you to get back to your question you were asking me before.
I forgot. Distracted you now. I'm already distracted. What was the question again? I was going to ask. Do you remember?
You already asked me, but I had to kind of divert because I was paying attention to the chat. John M is asking also in the chat, is having Bitcoin on eToro safe? So I would say, it's probably safe until U.S. government potentially says, give us all your Bitcoin, like they did with gold in 1933. Self-sovereignty, holding majority of what you have yourself in a cold storage, a hardware wallet, something like that, probably is a really good idea. Not only probably, it is. Just got to make sure you educate yourself so you don't lose what you have. And to that extent, exchanges play a role to help ownership of Bitcoin to people who have not, educated themselves on that yet. But I recommend that people, and including you, John, educate yourself on self-custody of Bitcoin and take possession, take custody. So what I have on eToro is only a part of what I have. I make sure the rest is even out of my reach, because I don't like guns held to my face from someone who wants the little that I do have. So that's all gone. But part of it is on eToro to make this trade, because why not, right? Do you recall now your question, dear Publord?
No, because I was listening to you, man. That was a fantastic answer you just gave. And I forgot where I was going with that one. When you speak, it's so inspiring. I forget what I'm thinking about.
Right. You earned yourself another like 72 months on the show right there.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm kidding. This is our show. This is our Toxic Happy Hour. So Anjo is having Michelab. Let's drink to that. Happy Hour, Wood. All right. Wood. John M. Wood. We'll buy. Sorry, Anjo. Wood. John M has his treasure, but worry is passing it on if I suddenly pop my clocks. Agreed. That is something to think about. Do you have something in place to pass it on to your family, your loved ones? When you take self-custody, that is something to consider. Yeah, worth thinking about. Did you ever get back to that question? Or do I just keep diverting a question you actually asked? Do you have that question for me, Publord?
No, I don't have it. It's gone. That one's gone for right now. It'll come back, I'm sure, in a bit. I'm listening.
Yeah, as they say, if it's important, we'll remember in the future. All right, big thing. So tomorrow, Friday noon, when we have CK Snarks from Bitcoin Magazine on, who is hosting the Bitcoin 2021 conference in Los Angeles, where I hope to see as many of my Bitcoin Tago plebes in person. He'll be on, and if you don't have your tickets yet, got a big announcement for you on Friday. And help me, everyone, in the chat by Friday. Hopefully I worked out to get the chat in here and restream again so I can throw it on the screen. I want to convince CK Snarks that somehow, in some way, shape, form, or whatever, we can have a toxic happy hour as part of a bar there at the Bitcoin 2021 conference. That would be fun. That's what it's all about. The toxic happy hour. We don't like dirt coins. We're toxic towards them. We just want to be happy and hang out and have a drink together and talk Bitcoin. And I want to see if we can do something about that. And that would also put the pressure on you to quit your job, because you're traveling at that time. Quit your job and come join the Toxic Happy Hour live.
Yeah, I may be overseas for that. As you know, I'm out of the country 4 months of the year, and I think that's a time frame I won't be there. But however, look, if I got to wake up in the middle of the night to do it, I'll be there, man. I'll be there.
You know what? Listen, this is what we'll do. We'll do a live stream with me standing in the Toxic Happy Hour bar somehow, and with you on your mobile device from whatever location in the world you will have traveled to in your non-public jet.
Non-public jet, of course. Who flies commercial? Are you poor?
Right. Guilty as charged.
Yeah. Poor man. I
don't like to part with my sats. So yesterday I was telling about that I was renegotiating my rent here, to have more sats, and that ended very successfully. I got a renegotiation, which means that by moving and having to put the whole security deposit down, first month's rent, all of that, before I get the deposit of this place back, then it would have cost me a lot of sats. That money I prefer to send to Bitcoin instead of lending it out to secure deposits here and there and everywhere. So I am very optimistic about reaching my 2020 end of year sats stacking goal. I am pretty sure I will make it. Things are looking good right now, to be honest. I am being, I cut my hair 4 times this year, I think. That's about, well, it's 1 million sats, right? If nothing else, a little bit more than 1 million sats, I think I got.
I'll shave your head for free. What the hell does that take?
That's what I'm saying. I saved the money because I shaved my head myself and saved
do it.
1 million sats right there.
So where are we going, man? So
that's the big question. Where are we going with this? Right now, I would say we are getting derailed. We have absolutely nothing to talk about.
No.
I'm kidding, man.
So listen, I mean, it's been. Let's go back just a few months. Over 5 months right now. I think over $9,000, almost doubled. So what's next with Bitcoin? Is it more companies coming in, throwing it on the balance sheet? I mean, that seems like the natural way to go. Especially,
right.
I mean, here we go. Hurry up and wait.
Yeah. So actually, one of my indicators that I'm looking at for whether we will moon, Mars, interstellar, intergalactic in this bull run, as in going hyper Bitcoinization. One of those indicators was that by the time we reach 200,000 and above, is my mom and my sister still reluctant to own Bitcoin, or have they been onboarded? And if they are still reluctant, it's just telling me that there's there is a way to go, and we can't have hyper Bitcoinization with a lot of people still being very skeptical. But as we speak, I'm actually in the process of convincing both of them. So kind of scary. That might mean we go to hyper Bitcoinization. It's going to be an interesting bull run. Is it going to be a top somewhere between 200,000 and 400,000, or is it going to be between 200,000 and infinity?
So here's my question, basically. Hyper Bitcoinization, like we talked about, again, and I love it because I like to go over this on many episodes because we sort of refine our arguments. We discover anything we're missing. But at the end of the day, this year has shown me the corporations were late to the game. The money there. So, and as you talk about, we love our moms and our sisters and all of this, but the money is going to come in fast and furious that even an individual can't match up with. And do you see the corporations now finally going all in the next year after they see this run up? I mean, to me, that's what's like on the edge of the cliff now. Is people have seen someone take their company from an $11,000 Bitcoin to over $13,000, up 20% within a few months. How long do they stay on the sidelines? I don't know, man. I think it's ready to go. I think it's ready to go. And that's game theory, baby, isn't it? It's game theory right there.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a matter of when people's companies, etc., start to see that, look, if this thing works out, it's actually an advantage to get in on it early and not wait until infinity. So that gives an incentive to say, let's dip our toes. Then price goes up further, and it becomes a race to not be last at the party. because you'll end up in the line at the door when everybody wants to get in, and you're going to enter at a very, very high price. You actually, this is one of the parties where you do want to come early. You don't want to be fashionable late paying $5 million per Bitcoin. You want to be fashionable early and get in at $13,000 per Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Am I right?
No, absolutely. You're not going to get any disagreement from me there. But I'm curious. But this is such a new angle, and almost 3 years in the space. It took a long time, even aside from Plan B, coming in with his projection. It's been until this past year, no one really thought about corporations adding Bitcoin as a reserve currency. That's the new thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Within a year, I'm looking at it like no one talked about it.
You know what? I have. There's a point I want to make, because I think really this is important, and that is, look, I don't doubt, and there's no Bitcoiner, I think, almost that doubts that we are going to hyper Bitcoinization. It is a matter of time. And I just think the key is, so all these things we're talking about with, all these companies eventually will be getting into Bitcoin, because it becomes more and more obvious for every single day that it's the right thing to do to preserve value instead of holding ice cube melting fiat value.
Yeah.
It is just a matter of, will they all be able to get in before the price is high enough to trigger OGs to say, you know what, I need to buy a couple of islands now to diversify my saving, and my point is, look, we can't have all these companies come in and still be at a $288,000 Bitcoin. If all companies come in, it's going to shoot into the millions, and for that reason, a couple of companies come in. That's all it takes. A couple of serious, heavy companies come in.
Yeah.
That's all it takes to go above 200,000, and that's all you need. That even though we are in a phase of absolutely relatively fast adoption, for instance, in companies. If the price goes up too fast, that's all it takes from some OGs to put some serious Bitcoin on the market, and we'll have a temporary bear market. I think what is very important also is, look, because in my opinion, stock to flow accelerates slower than it did in the beginning, because it doesn't only double every halving, it goes up more than that. Just run the numbers and you'll find out. And for that reason, because it accelerates and goes up slower, and it seems there is a relationship with a price, it really explains price development very well. Because of this, the bull run takes longer time. Another thing we can see historically is that the uptrend towards the halving, anticipation of the halving, as more and more people understand this relationship, starts earlier. So if you have a 4-year period where the bull run takes longer time and the uptrend starts earlier, that bear market is going to really be cut shorter and shorter from both ends of the candle. So in my opinion, the last bear market, it was 12 months from December 17 to December 18. I don't think the next one will be more than 6 months. And it really goes, I think, well in line with this adoption being spread about, amongst the corporations now. The demand won't be lacking to an extent that it'll take more than 6, maximum 7, 8 months for that bear market. It'll be a shorter correction. I don't think it'll be going down 85%, because there'll just be too many chat sailors on the sideline ready to. Imagine that Apple or Google or Microsoft or Amazon dollar cost averaging in to Bitcoin during a bear market. That bear market is not going to last.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work with them, but I can tell you, it reminds me of the story of Walt Disney. when he was gonna have Disney World start up, he has started Disneyland. He put together these front companies to buy up land in Florida. So he had many companies buying up the land separately because he didn't want anyone to know he was buying all of this up at once, which would spike up the value. And I posted that one a couple of years ago, probably 2 years ago, and I believe to this day, there are the people behind the scenes that are buying it up slowly but surely, trying to keep the price down. And look, I get it, rightfully so. So we'll see what comes out. I think there's going to be a rocket shot. We're going to go from 13 to it'll go to 100,000 like that. You bypass 20,000. There's no stopping till 100. Honestly.
Yeah, it's open air. We'll be off to the races. That's for sure. If anyone has any doubt about what happens in a halving bull run, go back and look at what happened from summer 16 of the halving and until the top in December 2017, 1.5 years later. It's an uptrend. It's a bull run, and it just gets steeper and steeper. Have your expectations high. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
No, looking at it right now, could you imagine in March telling somebody that we'll be at 13,000 in October? They would have thought you're crazy, right? Here we are.
Maybe. Yeah.
Most were out of it. So yeah.
Right.
So where do we go from here? Yeah, that's the big thing. We're coming up to an election. That's gonna throw some of the world markets, for a loop or two. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen. That's going to be exciting in November, and however long it will take to count the votes.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other subject. We don't want to get into
no.
all of that.
No politics there. Just more of a there's a lot of uncertainty ahead when it comes to the money markets. I have a friend.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. No, I have a friend that he's really into investing. He's pulling all of his money off of the market heading into the election because he has no idea what the hell's going to happen. I can't blame him. But
no, yeah.
I did tell him to buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin, hold Bitcoin, you're fine.
And to be honest, which direction the stock market will take, whether it's one candidate or the other that's winning, I don't know, and I really don't care because my portfolio is 100% Bitcoin.
Yeah. That's
the
a great
little
thing.
that I do have is all Bitcoin, baby.
Oh, that's the great thing about Bitcoin, man. Just hold that, you'll be fine.
Look, it's the safest asset, in my opinion, no matter what happens. Let's throw in a couple of more announcements, Publord. Apart from the 4 confirmed amazing guests we're looking forward to tomorrow, American Hodl, Friday, CK Snarks, Tuesday, BTC sessions, and long-term thinker, Robert Breedlove, all the way, what was it, 8th of January or something? I mentioned it.
7 January, I believe.
Right. So apart from those 4 confirmed, we also have Der Gigi, who is going to come on the Toxic Happy Hour. We just need to finalize a date with him. And also, we have the passport specialist.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm speaking
with...
What's
the name
again? Katie Ananina.
Katie.
Yeah.
Katie Ananina.
So, been talking to her. She wants to come on, have a happy hour with us. So it's about finding out the right time. So I think second week in November or so, we'll figure it out. But yeah. Hey, look, man, she's smart, beautiful, brilliant, and does I don't know if it's not necessarily Taekwondo, but man, she'll kick your ass if you're not nice to her. What a perfect guest. Yeah.
Yeah, but we are nice. We are only toxic towards scams. We are not toxic
Yeah,
towards Bitcoiners. Keep your path straight, and we
sure.
will be embracing you and drinking with you on the toxic happy hour. So that's going to be awesome. There's a couple of others that we are working on, and I guess people are embracing a toxic happy hour. Why wouldn't you want to join that? So we'll have lots of good stuff for you guys coming up. Just chilling, relaxing, talking Bitcoin, whatever comes to mind, whatever is going on. Publord, you
Yeah.
still did not share, retweet that meme you were
I
talking about.
I know. I got to find it. I'll find it again. I'll reach after the show. I promise. I'll look for it.
Yeah, we'll bring it up tomorrow or on another toxic happy hour. I know
Yeah.
that all my talking distracts you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I'm talking your ear off.
No, that's right, man. Well, yeah. Getting late here on the show. Probably a good time to just sort of sign off with a sense of, man, we're at a brilliant point. We're at 13,000, which to me is the true high point. Um, to jump to 20,000 within a few days is one thing, but right now there's nothing better to own as an asset than Bitcoin. There really isn't.
There isn't, and there hasn't been for 11 and a half years.
Yeah.
And that probably will not change. How long have we been live here, Pablo?
Oh, you tell me, dude. You got all the numbers in front of you. Probably over an
I
hour.
run the numbers. I don't run the numbers on the show really. Let me see. When did I send you the link? That was 12.
Put
I
an
don't know.
hour and a half.
Probably something like that. So
Yeah.
let me just check with the chat if we've got anything going on there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We've got John M saying to Anjo that niceness pays off. We love it. Mervin is saying run a node.
Right.
Cheers to all from Anjo. 73 minutes. He's answering our question there. Well, that's pretty good. That's a happy hour. Remember on Friday when we have CK Snarkson from Bitcoin Magazine that is hosting the Bitcoin 2021 conference in LA next year. I believe it's the April, May.
Yeah.
Those 2 days, like last day of, we'll find out on Friday. If you haven't bought your ticket yet, we've got some goodies for you, and hopefully you guys can all help us put pressure on CK Snarks. He doesn't see this, he doesn't know it's coming, but that we can do some kind of toxic happy hour at location. Just hanging, maybe we're not streaming anything, we're just hanging out and being happy. Probably by that time celebrating $40,000 Bitcoin. Who knows?
Hey, listen. I think 20,000 by Christmas.
Yeah, it's starting to look more and more like that.
Yeah.
Very little futile resistance from here to 20K.
Yeah, man. Hey,
That's
so
it.
it's great for an impromptu. Just to jump in and talk for 2 hours. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So you
There we go.
surprised me. Oh my God, we got 15 live viewers.
Oh,
I'm glad if you guys out there, if you're enjoying just hanging out with us. We love you guys in the chat.
of course, man.
And I need to work on finding out how to get this log on Restream to work again, so we can pull some of those great chats up on the screen. But any final words, Publord, before we sign off? Anything you want to share?
No, well, what excited about tomorrow, man? We got American Hodl coming on. Have a bit of a
Noon
laugh.
PST.
Yeah.
Noon
So
PST. Yeah, one of the funniest guys in Bitcoin Twitter.
yeah.
On Bitcoin Twitter.
No, aside from that, I'd just say stay the course. I started at the all-time high. I went down to lows. Now we could be back at all-time highs, and anyone that comes in and we roll back down, I'm there for them, man. I've been there the entire time, man. I've run the gambit. So
Totally.
enjoy the rise up. I guess I haven't seen a bull run yet, so I'm happy, and I hope everyone else is too.
you saw the last 2 days of the bull run in 2017.
Right. That's all. Yeah.
Props to you, man. Kudos.
We're
Hats
here.
off.
Hey, man. We're here, brother. And you know, I love that. Hey, let's just keep going on.
You proved DCA is the thing to do. You got your average buying price significantly lower than the current price. You proved DCA is the way to go.
Yeah.
Oh, Fryer Haas is going to come on as well, but we also need to lock down a date with him.
Yeah, if Fryer Haas is fantastic, man. I love him.
He's the king of DCA. He's one of the guys with by far the most integrity in Bitcoin that I have come across. So really looking forward to have him on as well. So everyone, tomorrow noon we've got American Hodl. That is Pacific Standard Time, and on Friday, the day after, we got CK Snarks, also noon Pacific Standard Time. On that note, keep stacking sats, and remember, do not hold more value in fiat currency than you're willing to lose, because it's a built-in policy and you're guaranteed to lose any value you have in fiat currency if you hold it long enough. So really, bye for now.
Ciao.